Mindfulness in business. This is so important. How to balance big goals with staying present and clear. This has been such a hard challenge for me to find a balance between, because you hear so much conflicting advice. You hear people who say, set huge goals, and then you hear other people saying, stay in the present moment. But setting huge goals requires you to think obsessively about the future and possibilities. So how do you stay in the present moment if you're constantly thinking about the next thing? Okay, the next expansion opportunity, the next goal. Mindfulness in business is actually finding a balance between how to set huge goals with staying in the present moment and clear. What I've learned in this process, I'm an avid mindfulness meditator. I meditate every day, no matter what, at least 15 minutes, usually 17 minutes or so every day. I've read multiple mindfulness books. I am a practitioner of mindfulness to the best of my ability. The reason I picked up mindfulness is because my natural state is not mindfulness. Okay, my natural state is over worry about things, which is important as an entrepreneur. You always have to be like looking deeper into issues and not just glossing over things. But I had to find a way to strategically apply my worry so that it didn't take me over, right? So I wrote a book called Worry 180, worry180.com, and it's a 240-page, 4-module book essentially on how I overcame anxiety through mindfulness, goals, and high performance habits. But nonetheless, what is mindfulness in business? How do you cultivate mindfulness in business? Well, the first thing is, what everyone says, like, what is mindfulness? Well, it's acceptance of the present moment. And then within the present moment, there are thoughts, there are sensations, and there are emotions. Thoughts, sensations, emotions. So the practice of mindfulness is simply the non-judgmental awareness of your thoughts, emotions, or sensations. Very simple. Non-judgmental awareness of these things. Really, it's just how do I know what's really going on in this current moment? Okay? Now, in business, present state awareness can be applied to the problems, the current circumstances in your business, so that you can, this is my first tip, is you can cure delusion through acceptance, right? So entrepreneurs inherently are delusional creatures, right? We think we can go out into the market, create a new company, especially if it's already in a competitive space, and we have the delusional trait of thinking we can go out and do something different when there's already 100 other companies doing something. Or the other delusional aspect is those who create disruptive, world-changing products, which is a very different niche, okay, of entrepreneur. You have better than what's been done before services, and then you have never done before services, right? Both of these require the cure of delusion. Now, I'm not saying the healthy delusion. I'm saying the delusion that causes the entrepreneur to block out what's really happening right now. That needs to be eliminated, because the best way, acceptance allows an entrepreneur, a business owner, a leader to make clear decisions because they're acting on clear data, okay, real life data, and accepting that data versus shuffling it off until it becomes such a big problem to where it's too late to fix. So the most important thing to understand is that acceptance of the present moment circumstances is not putting your tail between your legs and going, woe is me, this is how it'll always be, bad things always happen to me. No, acceptance is action oriented. Okay, acceptance is, hey, this is happening. Hey, this caused you to become more curious as a leader, where you ask your team, hey man, what's really going on? Hey, so I saw you were acting this way after the meeting. What's up? Right? Acceptance makes you want to know the truth. Okay? Versus, oh, it'll be fine. Oh, he was pissed off after the meeting. I'm not going to address it. He's an adult. Hopefully it gets better. That's not good, because then you're not going to make clear decisions if you're not accepting the truth of the current moment from an action perspective, not again, oh, this is my fate. I'm not going to do anything about it. No, okay? Acceptance is action. It allows you to take proper action and not be delusional of the current moment. Okay, next is your goals. Mindfulness helps this, right? If you can gain present state awareness. Okay, people think, oh, if I practice mindfulness and become more present, what's gonna happen? Oh, my goal's not gonna be as powerful anymore. I'm so goal oriented. What if I become present? Am I gonna put on the air conditioners, quote unquote? Am I gonna sit back and relax? No. Mindfulness, it allows your goals to exist within the frame of what's not only believable, but what's also conceivable. Okay? Belief, there's this whole movement right now on social media like, believe in yourself and you'll succeed, or believe in your dream and you'll succeed. But believing in something is very different from conceiving something. So for example, when you just get into sales and you think, I'm gonna make $1 million my first year, and you pound your chest, that's empty belief. Okay, that's blind faith, as they call it. Blind faith does not have an action plan tied to it. Okay? In the book Think and Grow Rich, they make this very clear. Whatever the mind of man can believe and conceive, the mind of man can achieve. They didn't just say whatever the mind of man can believe. Okay? They said whatever the mind of man can believe and conceive, the mind of man can achieve. And what I found is that by practicing mindfulness, I am much better able to conceive, okay, to have big goals, but I'm less delusional in thinking, well, I just believe it, pound my chest. Mindfulness allows me to look at the current circumstances, look at where I'm currently at, look at my current cash flow, look at my current risks in my business, my current opportunities in my business, and then go look back at my past experiences and go, this is how I would do this. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Conceiving the goal, very different than just believing it. As in a sales example, the difference is, I'm gonna make $1 million, pound my chest. That's belief. Conceiving it is, okay, let's look over the last 90 days. I picked up this skill, okay? I learned X, Y, and Z about my close rate. I learned my appointment stick rate. I learned this. Okay, well, if I just multiply my calls by this, or if I got 50 leads and X of them turned into appointments and X of them turned into clients, what am I going to do to get 50 more leads so I can double my results? Now you start doing math. You start conceiving the goal because you're accepting the present state. You're accepting the data. Very important. So recap, my number one takeaway, mindfulness in business, is acceptance cures delusion. Okay. Number 2 is goals need to be believed and conceived. You have to be in the present moment to conceive. Okay. You can be wrapped up in the future just believing and then forget to pay attention to, whoa, reality A, B, and C is here. Okay. Number 3, this is the reward of mindfulness. Okay. The reward of mindfulness is number 3. And that is flow. Okay? Some entrepreneurs, business owners, visionaries are hesitant to practice mindfulness because they feel like it's gonna slow them down and make them more relaxed, essentially. Flow is the byproduct of mindfulness. And there's a book called Flow by, I can never pronounce his name, Mizenhai Csikszentmihalyi or whatever. Just type it in, Flow book. And if you see a crazy spelled name, it's probably the right book. This book, Flow, has disrupted the business community in so many ways, okay? Flow is this. It is complete immersion in the task at hand. Complete immersion in the battle, okay? There's the war, which is the big picture, and then there's the battle, okay? This battle. It is complete immersion in this battle. Now, while you're in flow, you can have future-based thoughts. You can have thoughts of fear. They just don't win. They're there, they just don't win. You're pounding stuff out, right? You're pounding stuff out. You are in flow. You feel connected to what you're doing. Arnold Schwarzenegger used to say this in the gym. He said, most people, they take breaks in the gym by going on their phone and chit-chatting, talking, right? He would take breaks in the gym, close his eyes, and visualize his muscles ripping to pieces, right? And then he'd do the lift, and he'd be in the muscle, right? That's flow. That's flow. And if you were in your tasks, bringing 100% of yourself to 100% of what you do, I call that the 100% rule, bring 100% of yourself to 100% of what you do, you are so in flow. Mindfulness, the thing that takes you out of flow is getting wrapped up in thoughts and problems. Mindfulness allows you to see thoughts, see problems, and go, that's not the task at hand. Let's get to work. So flow is the byproduct because you shield yourself when you have mindful awareness of thoughts, sensations, emotions. You have the awareness of them so that you don't get wrapped up in them, so you can stay focused on the task at hand. So important. Flow is the goal of mindfulness in business. Okay. Lastly, being and doing mode switch. Being and doing mode. When we are at work, we should be in doing mode or flow. Now, flow relates to tasks, doing things. You are immersed doing things, right? So that's doing mode. Being mode, mindfulness allows you to create a switch between doing mode and being mode. Doing mode and being mode, okay? So, some entrepreneurs have sleep problems. They have problems with sleep because the challenge is they carry so much energy with them at work throughout the day. They haven't learned the habit of consciously going from doing mode to being mode, which requires a different shift, just a different way of operating. And it's possible. Now that I've been practicing mindfulness for 5 years, I can do that switch. Sometimes I don't choose to until 9:30, but that's fine. I can switch off. And that is one of the perks of mindfulness is it gives you control over yourself to the point where you can be hammering out tasks, and then you can go, great, I have to be with my family now. Great, I have to be with my wife now. I have to be with my kid now. And being in doing mode is probably not going to be the best bet for me to connect with X, Y, or Z person in this situation. So the ability to switch from being mode to doing mode is another benefit of mindfulness. Okay, so that's my take on mindfulness in business. How to balance huge goals with staying present and clear so you can achieve the success both emotionally and in the realities of the world, financially, etc., impact-wise. How can you achieve those results while staying present and having huge goals? So I hope this video was valuable to you. If you practice mindfulness, you either practice it or you're gonna practice it through a life circumstance. That's my belief. I think I'd love for you to actually comment on this video so I could connect with you. I'm thinking of doing a mastermind for mindfulness in business, not solidified yet, but if you're interested in that, let me know. I'm looking for other mindful business owners to work with. And my company, the SMB Team, just so you know, my company does digital marketing for businesses all across the United States, whether that's Google Ads, SEO, website design. We generate leads for businesses. So if you're interested in that, please go to SMB Team, smallmediumbusinessteam.com, and I'd love to give you a free consultation to show you how we can generate more leads for your business, get you more website traffic, and really overhaul your current digital marketing campaign for your company. So I hope you found this valuable. Please subscribe to our channel, like the video, so I know that we're doing the right thing here, and I greatly appreciate your time, energy, and attention. Thank you.